Thank you, loving a beer. I'm gay. If you've got a problem with that, I'll bum you. Especially you, Gareth. Come on, fist me, mate. Come on. Come on, mate. It's not too late, mate. Run away with me. We'll have a lot of fun. Your mates can join in. It's fine. Yes, I'm gay. I don't get why some people hate gay people. Right? We are the nicest people. You will not meet a friendlier bunch of men in a public toilet. You won't. You will not. You won't. I'm actually an ex-lorry driver, right? And people say to me, "Oh, you don't get many gay lorry drivers." Have you not seen the toilets in a truck stop? Honestly, the walls are covered in phone numbers, asking for bum fun, right? And you don't, absolutely covered, right? And they never call you back. Right? Do they, Gareth? They never call you back, mate. Do they? That's why you've run away to the ladies. I'm happily married, right? But me and my husband we had a huge fight last night. Massive fight. Honestly, massive. I thought it was going to end in a punch-up, right? Don't get me wrong, we love each other, we're married. But at the end of the day, we're a couple of blokes from Essex. And I think I can take him. He's a hairdresser. And I'm pretty sure he's gay. Obviously, the best thing about being married to a hairdresser is the gossip, okay? I know everything that's going on in my village, but it can get a bit awkward. Just the other day, I bumped into a couple in the co-op, and I knew for a fact he likes his wife's finger up his bum. During sex, right? I mean, who wouldn't? She's a lovely lady, right? But the awkward bit, she works in the bakery. We stopped buying our bread there. I've gone off pain au chocolat. One of the other bonuses, right, being married in a same-sex relationship, right, one of the bonuses is that if we get burgled, we can both go downstairs. And beat the shit out of them, right? And we won't just beat them up. It's going to get kinky, all right? You've been warned. Not you, Gareth, mate. You come around and tell me one, honestly. Honestly. Back door's always open, if you know what I mean. Shut up. You know, a lot of gay men, right, they act like they're scared of vaginas. I don't get it. I'm not scared of vaginas. I'm not frightened of Fanny, you know. I mean, maybe I just haven't met a scary one yet. I don't know. Right? Give me a cheer. Right? Give me a cheer if you got a scary Fanny. I thought you might have said something. Honestly, I'm joking. I'm sure it's lovely, right? Look, I'm gay, right, but I have been face to face with a fanny before. I had a girlfriend when I was 18. I had a girlfriend, and we were in bed together. Things were happening. It was exciting, right? And I went under the covers, and I had a lick. I didn't know what I was licking, I'll be honest, right? Tangy. And not a nice tangy, you know. Not like Tang-fastics, right? It's more like a rusty battery. Covered in piss. Gareth knows what I mean. He's been there. Me and my husband, we recently adopted a couple of kids. Right? It is the best thing we've ever done adopting the kids. Thank you. But it is a big responsibility, you know. You've got to teach them everything, you know, brushing their teeth, wiping their bums, and you cannot get those two things mixed up. You will have social services around your house so quick, and that is when the questions start. Why is this kid got toothpaste up his bum? Wait till you smell his breath. Don't laugh at that. I'm ashamed of that joke. But honestly, adopting the kids is the best thing. Adopting the kids is the best thing we've done. And my kids, right, they're super smart, really good looking. Obviously, genetically, I've had nothing to do with that. I've had no input in that genetically. And if I had input, they wouldn't have any of that. They'd have athlete's foot and earache. Right? That is all I've got to offer genetically. But they're lucky, you know, they're good looking, they're clever. And my youngest, now I'm allowed to say this, I'm his dad, my youngest, he's got the biggest knob I've ever seen. I'm allowed to say it, I'm his dad. I'm allowed to say that. I am his dad. If I was talking about the neighbour's kid, fair enough. Right? That would be dodgy. That would be dodgy. But I'm not talking about the neighbour's kid. He's got a tiny knob. No, adopting the kids is the best thing I've ever done. But my kids are going through this lying phase. I'm just making stuff up all the time, just fibbing. So I sat them down and I told them the story of the boy who cried wolf. Have you heard the story? Yeah. Boy lies about a wolf, gets eaten. It's a short story. But I sat them down and I thought it went really well. But now they just keep lying to me about wolves, right? Toy gets broken, wolf did it. Food gets on the sofa, wolf did it, right? It has backfired, to be honest. And the only solution I can think of is to let loose in the house a wolf, right? Just to shit him up a bit, right? Of course, that just leads to more questions from social services. Where are the kids? Wolf did it. Nah. I've been thinking recently, if me and my husband, if we ever separate and we get new partners, my kids will have 4 dads, right? Now, I don't want to sound like a Christian conservative, right? But that's just too many dads, isn't it? 4 dads. I mean, Father's Day would bankrupt them. My own dad, he actually left when I was 7. And me and my sister, we'd go and visit him in his new house, right? And this one time we went round there, he'd adopted a couple of cats, and he'd called the cats Zoe and Garrie. It was my sister's name and my name. We'd been replaced by cats, right? This is a true story. We'd been replaced by cats, and we stopped seeing him after that, right? Because it is too weird, isn't it? Being replaced by cats. But recently, I've got my own back, right? Long story short, I've got a cat called Dad. And it's just like having my old dad back. Sleeps all day. Hasn't got a job. And he's a bit of a cunt. Yeah, as a gay dad, one of the main comments I get online is children need a mother. Right? Children need a mother. Which is bollocks, isn't it? Batman was raised by a butler. He was fine. He had a few issues, but it was fine. Right? But I get a lot of trolls online. I had this one woman, right, on Facebook telling me that a family, a household, needs a feminine touch, right? A feminine touch. And I saw this woman's profile picture. Right? She was a fucking state, honestly. Absolute state. I mean, she could have had a clitoris for a hand. She would not have had a feminine touch, right? I don't even know what a clitoris is. Do you, mate? You don't know what it is, either. No. Sounds tangy, though, doesn't it? Bit of tang to that one. As a dad, I'm quite anxious as a dad about keeping my kids safe. You know, I think back to when I was a kid and how carefree my parents were with my safety. Like when I was a kid, I'd go to the woods on my own, right? There were no pedos in the woods. They're all on the telly. The worst we had when I was a kid were flashers. You know, old men would just show you their knob. Right? No big deal. Right? Nowadays, that's a Channel 4 show, isn't it? I'm a good dad, though. I'm a good dad. I take my kids to Beavers every Saturday, and like Cubs, Beavers. Yeah, it's not a joke. It is what they go to. My kids go to Beavers. Yes. Yeah. No, honestly, Cubs, Beavers, Scouts. Right? They're calling out for volunteers. Shut up. Cubs, Beavers, Scouts. They're calling out for volunteers, and I volunteer. You should all volunteer. You've already got the fucking high vis. You should volunteer at Cubs. You look like you wouldn't be allowed. I'm getting nonce. But I volunteer, right? But until a few days ago, the top scout leader turned up and he said, "You can't be here. You haven't got a DBS check." Right? I'm like you. I haven't got a DBS check. Which is fair, and he said you can't be here, which is fair enough, right? That is fair enough. But you will not feel like more of a nonce than when you're being marched out of a scout hut. And I had to tell my kids, right? I'm not a nonce. I just haven't got the paperwork to prove it. It's literally it. You ain't got it either. That's fine. It's just admin. My kids are at that age now, like they're 9 and 10, and they want to do everything for themselves. They're really independent kids, but they can't do everything for themselves. Like, for example, peeling a tangerine. They can't do that by themselves. I've got to help them. And they get really angry about it, right? So I tell them, look, anger is just one letter away from danger. And it's just 4 letters away from tangerine, right? And they get angry again. It's a vicious circle. That is the best joke I've ever written. Thank you. Thank you. Before we had the kids as well, me and my husband, we used to go on holiday a lot more before the kids. We had money, we had free time, and the most embarrassing moment of my life happened to me on holiday in Turkey. It was the last night, and we went to this posh restaurant, and the waiter brought over a bottle of wine, right? And he took the cork out, and he put the cork in my face. Right? I've never had that happen before. I've never had a waiter put a cork in my face. So apparently, you're just supposed to look at it, right? Make sure it's not damaged. I didn't know that. I've never been taught that. I've never had a waiter put a cork in my face. But there I was. I had a cork in my face, and I had seconds to react. So I licked it. I didn't know what to do. I've never been in that situation. I've never had a waiter put a cork in my face. They don't do that in Wetherspoons. I'm a gay lorry driver from Essex. You shove something in my face, I'm going to lick it, right? What a tease, did you say? You show me something, I'll lick it, love. All right? Bit tangy. Any dads in? But any of you lads' dads? Any of you lads' dads? No dads down here. Well, as a dad, my biggest fear now as a dad, my kids choking on food. Right? It honestly is, and I know where that fear comes from. It's because when I was a kid, I choked on food. I was about 7 years old, right, and I had to run to the bathroom when my mum was having a shower. Right? And there is something about getting the Heimlich manoeuvre from your wet, naked Mum. Right? I mean, if that don't make you gay, I don't know what does it. Is that what happened to you, mate? Honestly. Getting tickled on the back by her own mum's gruffalo. That will do it. That will do it. I've ruined that book for you. Do we... I mean, this is a stupid question. Do you all know what OnlyFans is? Yes, all you know what that is. Right. If you don't know what OnlyFans is, it is a website where you can sell sort of sexy videos of yourself. I'm only bringing it up, right, because my sister has got OnlyFans. Right? It means I've got to be very careful where I go online. You know, I'm just a few clicks away from a very awkward Christmas. Right? I mean, it's my fault subscribing. You got to support your family. You got to support them. And she's got a great deal on at the moment. And you know what? It's the only time my kids get to see their aunt. So. I'm joking. I'm joking. My sister's not got OnlyFans. She looks like me with a smaller tits, right? She's not making... She's making no money from OnlyFans, right? But I worry about the future of the internet. Right? All these young people putting their sexual content online. You can't take it down. It stays out there forever. It's going to be a minefield for future generations, you know. Future generations are just going to be a few clicks away from seeing their nan finger herself. No, honestly, stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Think about it. Think about it. Garrie, think about it. Hundreds of years from now, people logging on to Ancestry.com. Not only can you see a picture of your great-great-granddad, you can watch him getting pegged. Right? It's true. It's true. When I was a kid, I didn't know what gay was, right? And I asked my friend on the way to school, I said, what is gay? And he said to me, gay is when two men rub their willies together, right? Which is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Me and my husband hardly ever do that. Only on Saturdays. Looking forward to tomorrow. But no, honestly, my first kid in my school to come out as gay, right? He did it in year 7. Year 7, that is so young. I was still playing with my action men, rubbing their willies together. You know, I'm at that age now as well. A lot of my friends are having kids. Got a couple of mates. They've gone a bit overboard on the whole parenting thing. They really think about university for their kids. And I know my mates. Their kids ain't getting in the sixth form. Honestly. They've got dreams of Oxford, Cambridge. At best, is going to be a diploma in scaffolding. No offence to any scaffolders in the room. Honestly, no offence. My ex-boyfriend was a scaffolder, right? I know how strong scaffolders can be. You get wanked off by a scaffolder. You fucking know about it. Honestly. Ever since, it's been a little bit longer and a little bit thinner. We got any drug dealers in the room? Hey! Fucking hell. Fucking hell. I used to live next door to a drug dealer, right? And I knew he was a drug dealer because he was 19, he owned his own flat, and he had a brand new Range Rover, right? And he sold me drugs. It was pretty obvious. It was pretty obvious. But no, people would go in his flat, they'd be in there for 2 minutes, and they'd leave, right? He was either selling drugs or really, really quick blowjobs, right? That was... And as we all know, right, you know this, there's no money in blowjobs anymore. The blowjob industry is literally on its knees. Come on! That's better than the tangerine joke. I've got to leave with this. This is a true story, right? This happened. I accidentally visited a slaughterhouse once, right? I didn't know it was a slaughterhouse. I thought it was a farm. Right? I didn't know they did the killing on site. Right? So I went in, past all the sheep and the cows. I thought, it's lovely here. I might bring the kids one day, right? But then I went round the corner to a scene of horror. There was blood, there was bodies, there was skin. It was horrific, right? There should have been a sign, warning. Horrors. I don't know, I'm not a sign maker, right? I'm not a sign designer. There should have been a sign. Because imagine if I had taken the kids. What an emotional roller coaster that would have been. Look, kids, look at these lovely animals. And now round the corner, it's the same animals, but they're inside out. And I'd have to tell my kids, I'd have to sit my kids down and explain to them. A wolf did it. Thank you very much. I've been Garrie Grubb. You've been lovely. Cheers.